Hey everybody, it's Jay, and today I'm going to show you all of my figure collection. We're actually not going to start here, but over there with my Gengars. But here you have kind of an overview of what we have going on. So some of these figures you can actually get at Kika Goods, and I actually have a little gift code for you if you want to get some of these wonderful figures yourself. Use the code APOLLO10 to get 10% off of your order. I would love for you to use the code. That would really help me out and would help me make more videos like this and many more to come, hopefully. But yeah, let's get started.
So, we're going to start with my Gengar collection. So, the first one, this little tiny Gengar, is a transparent figure by Tommy from 1998. It's actually from my childhood. And the one behind it is a transparent Gengar from the Pokemon Select series. They have a bunch of those, but this one is one of the transparent ones. And they are both standing on top of a Remint figure. This is from the Midnight Mansion series. I was so excited when I got this one. Isn't it adorable? I just love the tongue sticking out and it being upside down. It's just absolutely adorable, and it comes in this little diorama. Next we have this Gengar Nanoblock figure. I think this is number 007 of the Nanoblock Pokemon figures. And next to that we have a Gengar Battle Feature figure, and if you push on his head, if you push him down, yes, he does bleb. He pushes his tongue out and it's just absolutely adorable. I love it so much. Then the next thing, I think this is a Gashapon. It is from 2022 and it is the Yummy Sweets mascot figure series number 2 by Takara Tomy. Next to that, we have a Remint Pop and Sweets collection series figure, and I think this is series 1. Then we have another vinyl Gengar from the Pokemon Select series, and this one is the sitting down one. I just love it so much. And I also have 2 plushies on this shelf, but we're not talking about plushies today. And we're also going to not talk about the BGDs that are down here. They will have their own video at some point. Do know that you can get a bunch of these at Kika Goods. Next, let's take a look at my Sylvanian Families collection. I love Sylvanian Families so much, and as you can see, I have quite a collection. Let's start with the teens. It's a marshmallow mouse, a Frisian cow, a bear, a Persian cat, another bear, another marshmallow mouse, Frisian cow, Persian cat, a baby panda with umbrella, and a baby marshmallow mouse with an umbrella. Now with the adults, I have a bear, a mouse, another Persian cat, Grandma Chocolate Rabbit and Grandpa Chocolate Rabbit, another mouse, another cat, the whole Otter family including their 2 infants, 2 Frisian cows and another bear. Now for the babies, I have a koala, a mouse, a striped cat, a mole, another mouse, another bear, an otter infant, another Persian cat, a baby Labrador, a koala, a duckling, a tuxedo cat, a sleeping milk rabbit, a wolf, a chocolate rabbit, a sheep, an imposter, aka Eevee from the Pokemofu Doll series volume 2, a walnut squirrel, milk rabbit, duckling, silk cat, milk rabbit, wolf, white rabbit, another wolf, a kangaroo, a duckling, a striped cat, a white rabbit, a marshmallow mouse, a caramel dog, a midnight cat, a red deer, 2 more midnight cats, another milk rabbit, a toy poodle, a Dalmatian, and another chocolate rabbit. Now, wasn't that quite a lot? I hope you could follow, but that was my Sylvanian Families collection. I actually have a few more that I will show you in the big display cases. The rest of them are all inside of dioramas. So, okay, down here in front of my monitor we have another figure. This figure is from Miniso. It's a Sanrio collab, and it is a Moon Nightlight of Kuromi. And it does turn on, I just have to charge it. Then we have another Miniso figure. This one is a blind box. It is a Sanrio Vitality Peach Paradise figure of Kuromi and My Melody. If you want to see me opening this figure, then watch my latest live stream where I unbox this live. The next one is another Miniso figure of My Melody, and it is a Sanrio Wish Angel Light. And yes, this one lights up as well. Now to the right we have our first Pop Mart figure. This one is a Yoki My Little Planet art figure, and it's one of my absolute favorite Yoki figures ever. This is not from a blind box, but it is an art figure. Now the jar that Yoki is standing on is actually filled with a bunch of Pokemon toys. Most of these are from my childhood, but some of them are also from the Pokemon Advent Calendar. Shout out to my brother who gave me a bunch of those. Over to the side we have another jar, and this one is filled with two different series. We have Emma Colorful Sweetie Sprite series. This one you can indeed get at Kika Goods. There's also a few of the Yugen convenience store blind bag figures inside of there. I also got those from Kika Goods. Next to my jars I have another light up toy. And as you can already probably tell, this is very blocky. That's because it is a Minecraft fox. And maybe you've already guessed it, but yes, I am very obsessed with light up toys. But next is one of my favorite collections. It's my Demus. Demu is a character created by Demu World and Pop Mart, and let's start up here. This one is from the series Jurassic World and called Baby Dinosaur Knight. And the one next to it is also from Jurassic World, and it's called Brachiosaurus Feeder. I just love the little hat on the dinosaur as well as the little bandana. This one is from the Time Roaming series, and it's called Number 001. And the one next to it is from the Zodiac series, it's Virgo. I really hope we get more Demus in different skin colors, cause this one is just so pretty. Next we have a Space Travel series figure, and this one is called Doctor of Aeronautics. Down here we have a figure from the Aquarium series. This one is the Starfish. And then we have a Where We Go figure. This is actually one of those little cars that actually moves, and this one is called Sightseeing Submarine. Then over here we have two Demo Dating figures. It's Summer Fireworks, which comes with a little friend, as well as the robot figure, which also comes with a tiny friend inside of the boat. Next we have two figures from the Forest Knight series. It's Wild Man and Sleeping Bunny. And down here we have two more Demo Dating figures. The first one is called Record Anniversary, or Record Anniversary I guess, and Love Theater. Now moving on to the next shelf. This demo is from the Pets Vacation series, and it's called Puppy Bather, and it has a really cute puppy in the back of this kiddie pool. Then the next figure is from the Time Roaming series, and it's called Waves of Inspiration. Then we have another Pets Vacation series figure. This one is called Frisbee Player and comes with this little Shiba. Moving to the right, we have a Aquarium series demo. This one is the Polar Bear. This one actually changes color if it gets very cold. I have a video of that on my Instagram if you want to check that out. And next to it is Space Travel demo, and this one is called Earth Baby. Now down here we have my newest Pop Beans, which you can indeed watch the unboxing of in my latest video. And I also made this very cute bead, I guess keychain, a charm, and I think it turned out really cute. But let's move on to this Jurassic World figure. This one is called Dinosaur Trainer, and it comes with this little T-Rex. And next to that we have another Zodiac series demo. This one is Leo. Next we have a very special demo. This is from the Zodiac series. Both of these are Taurus, but one of them is indeed a custom. I made a little strawberry cow, and it has a tiny tail with a strawberry on it. Yeah, I am very obsessed with this one. Next we have two figures from the No One's Gonna Sleep Tonight series. The first one is Cerberus with the two dogs as the extras, and the Fox Spirit, which also has a tiny fox extra. Now moving on to my absolute favorite shelf. First we have this retro series demo. This one is called Little Green Dragon. Then next to it we have a Forest Knight demo. This one is called Dewdrop. and behind it is another Zodiac figure. This one is Aquarius. Then over here we have a Forest Knight series Demu. This one is called Dark Rose, and another Zodiac figure. This one is Pisces. And back here we have my one and only secret. This one is also from the Zodiac series, and it's the Astrologer. I was so shocked when I opened this one. Just so you know, Pop Mart secrets are like 1 in 144, so they are very rare. So I was very excited. Then down here we have Jurassic World plushie blind box series. This one is The Birth of a Dinosaur. I really love this one. Then over here we have another Pets Vacation Demu, and this one is called Ranch Catcher. Next to it we have another Forest Knight figure. This one is called Little Bee. Isn't this one so precious? And it has such a pretty glittery sheen on top of it. Next we have a Demu dating figure. This one is called Rotating Cup, and yes, the figure does indeed rotate. The next one is another Forest Knight Demu. This one is called Firefly, and this one also has this incredible glittery sheen. I really love when figures look like this. Also, I really love the skin color, like it looks so good with the yellow. Next is maybe my favorite or second favorite. I cannot decide which one of these is my absolute favorite, but this one is another Pets Vacation figure, and it's called Frog Gardener. Next to that is a Time Roaming series Demu. This one is called Rock Choir, and oh my goodness, how this one was not a secret, I just cannot tell because it's just so gorgeous. But yeah, those are all of my Demus, and let's move on to the big cases, shall we? So starting up here we have a Sleep Flower Elf series figure. This one is Yuran Magnolia. You can get all the Sleep Elves series on Kika Goods. Then next to it we have a Sleep Sea Elves series figure. This one is called Bleedy Sea Dragon. This one was actually my first Sleep Elves figure. Then we have a Foam Mermaid. This one is called Rebellious Water Pearl. You can also get this mermaid at Kika Goods, and I might include a picture of it lighting up because it is another light up toy. Then we have another Sea Elf. This one is called Sea Wave. And next to that is a Dreamland Elf. This one is called Dryad. Then we have a Miniso figure. This one is from the Childlike Hard Rocking Horse series. And I got Cinnamon Roll. I got this one secondhand. Next to it, we have my first Emma. This is a Secret Forest Garden Party Series 2 figure, and it's called Basalt Sorbet. You can get Emma figures at Kika Goods as well, just like this one. This one is from the Fruit Fairy series, and I got the Peach Glider. And the next two are actually my partner's figures. I got these two for them. They are Momoko Momo Bunny Daily Series 2, and they're called Glug and Binge Watching. I did get them from Kika Goods, but I don't think they're available anymore. The next one could technically count as a BGD, but it's an Eileen Doll Plabico Dragon Custom from L-Doll. I got it back in L-Doll, if you can't remember. Rest in peace, L-Doll. I hope you come back. But going on down here, we have another Emma from the same series, the Secret Forest Garden Party Series 2. And this one is called Strawberry. Next to it we have our first Hatsune Miku. This Miku is a noodle stopper, and it's a Sakura Miku from 2022. And the next figure is a Mio, and this series is called Fantastic World. The figure I got is Young Master Cat. I also got this from Kika Goods. And to the left we have another noodle stopper Miku. This one is the Sailor Suit Miku. I think it's called Sailor Suit in Love, and it is the purple version. And now this shelf is done, so let's move on to the next one. Here we have my My Little Pony collection. This one is one of the Retro Classic series ponies. So it is a reproduction. It's called Lickety Split, and this one is called Heartthrob. It's also one of the reproduction ponies. And In the front here, we have an actual vintage pony. This one is called the birthday pony. It's generation 1. I bought this one from a really nice seller. And the one to its right side, I actually thrifted. It's a G1 Fizzy Pop. And she was in a really bad condition, but I fixed her up. And I think she turned out really cute. But yeah, I really love my vintage ponies, and if I ever find more, I might make some videos of repairing and fixing them up. But down here we have the next figure. This one is a Drake duck. It's called Blueberry Duck, and it's from the Good Luck Fruit series. This one I got from Kika Goods, same as the next one, which is a baby ghost bear. This one is made by Finding Unicorn and Shinu, and it's from the Dreamyland series. It's called Merry Go Round. It's my only baby ghost bear, and I really love this one. Next is a Pop Mart figure. This one is a Sweet Bean. This one is another light up toy. I just love those. It's called Electronic Pets, and it's from the I Am Here series. I got this one secondhand. I got it confirmed because I just really wanted that Tamagotchi. Sweet Bean. Next we have another Sanrio and Miniso collab. This is from the My Melody series 3, I believe, and it's the one with a pillow. I don't think Miniso like figures always have a name. The next one is from the Sweetheart PJ series, and it's Kuromi, obviously. Okay, so that was the second shelf. Now let's go one further down. I'm actually planning on making an in-depth video of these dioramas, but they are custom Sylvanian family houses that I've completely rehauled. But they have another chocolate rabbit in it. This little bear taking a bath is actually from Beanwald or Forest family, which is kind of similar to Sylvanian families, but not the same. And down here we have another Beanwald frog. I will tell you more about Beanwald in a minute when I show you the rest of my collection. But yeah, this is already a little sneak peek of my Sylvanian family's custom villa. But let's move on to the next display case. Here we have a Magic Mixies Pixlings. This one is Marina. She is technically not a figure but a doll, but we let it count. Next we have a Funko Pop. This one is a Hello Kitty and Friends Funko Pop. It's number 59 and it is Cinnamon Roll inside of a unicorn costume. And yes, I gave him some white highlights in his eyes. Next we have a very old Hamtaro figure. It's Dexter. This figure belonged to my partner in the childhood. And back here we have a Pop Mart Yuki, the Seasons figure. This one is called Dawn. And it's a shaker figure, which I absolutely love. Next is a Q-Posh Friends, and this one is Dino. But I am planning on making him a custom at some point. Could also count as a doll, but we'll let this one slide as well. Next we have probably my oldest figure. This one is from Ojamajo Doremi. This one is called Aiko. It actually used to be a keychain that I turned into a figure from a gachapon. I got this at an ice skating ring of all places when I was very young. Now this is the rest of my Beanwald figures. They are from the 80s and they're all thrifted, and I have the cow family, I have 2 more of the little frogs, and I have 2 of the circus set, a cat and a mouse. In German-speaking countries like Austria, these were sold under the name Beanwald, but they're also known as Forest family figures. They were super popular here in Austria, so they're fairly easy to get secondhand. In Austria you couldn't actually get Sylvanian families until like the 2010s, I believe. The next figure gave me so much trouble. It's a Positive Energy Penguin from the Gosling Garden series. The first time I ordered one of these figures, it actually got lost. And when they offered me a replacement for all my figures, this one was not in stock anymore, so they couldn't send me a replacement. But they did end up sending me a really cute figure instead. But yeah, I had to go to a different site to order this one. Look at those little shoes and that umbrella, just perfect. This one is another Pop Mart Sweet Bean. This one is from the Supermarket series and it's Rain Gear. Oh my goodness, this one is my absolute favorite from this series. Then we have some Nendoroids. These are the Nendoroid Petites from Good Smile. This is from Death Note. It's a light Yagami Reaper version, and I also have an L to match. And on the side here we have a unicorner. I think this one is called Hansel, but it's a really old one. I'm not 100% sure which series it's from. But let's move on from this shelf and go to the next one. This is my second custom Sylvanian house. This house was thrifted, and in here we find a bear as well as a Persian cat. But once again, I will have a very detailed video on my custom houses at some point. But yeah, that's the house, and that's the next shelf done. So the next shelf is not figures, it is plushies, so I won't go into detail about these, but these are my Squishville collection, and I have them all in these little carts, and I just really adore how that looks. It just, yeah, they just look very cute, don't they? On the next shelf we have my Sylvanian family's baby amusement park, and this also has a few babies in it, but I really love it. It's so colorful and fun and just precious. Okay, next case. These are all of my Pop Mart Yoki My Little Planet figures. I have the full set. From left to right we have Neptune, Crystal Planet, Sun, Mars, Venus and Saturn. And now from right to left we have Uranus, Galaxy, Jupiter, Mercury, Earth. Then we have Moon. Then we have from the Yoki Gemstone series, Aquamarine, Citrine and Peridot. And then from the Moment series we have Splintering and Delete. Those are the Yokis, so let's move on to the next shelf. First we have some older Pokemon McDonald's toys, Poplio, Eevee, Squirtle and Pikachu. Then we have a Pokemon Riemann Swing vignette, I think the series is called. And this one is Flygon. This one belongs to my partner, but we do share everything, I guess. And then we have a Sleeping Squirtle and a Sleeping Bulbasaur. I think these were gachas at some point, but since we don't have Gachapon locally, we got them from a different shop. Then we have a Nanoblock Lapras, which was a gift from a very dear friend. Next we have another Riemann figure. This one is from the Pokemon World 2 series, and this one is Celebi. I think the next one is another Gachapon. This one is from the Pokemon Forest series 2, and it is Butterfree. Further down we have a few Pokemon Select series figures. We have Flareon, Vaporeon, Ivysaur, Jolteon and Sylveon. Just some of our favorites are out here. That's this shelf, so let's move on to the next one. So next we have a Riemann Sleeping Dream case. I think this is from series 1. This is a Vaporeon. Then we have a Pokemon from the Riemann Starry Night. I think it's called Starium. I'm not sure, but it's Gardevoir, and from the same series we also have Jirachi. Next one is the Riemann Floral Cup collection, and this one has Ivysaur, and it's in a really cute cup. I love this one so much. Next we have another Select series figure. This is a larger vinyl Eevee, and another Eevee figure right next to it, which I believe is also one of those Select figures, but it is a pearlescent one. Then we have a red figure that belongs to my partner. Then there are two Riemann Nakayoshi Friends logs. We have Pachirisu and Piplup. These also technically belong to my partner, but you know, once again, we share all our figures. This is a Pokemon Reef Collection Riemann, and this one is Flareon. Then we have two figures which I think were Gachapon, and it's Eevee and a Flareon in a cup. Then we have another Select Eevee and a Nanoblock Eevee, as well as another Riemann Wreath Eevee. A lot of Eevee. We like Eevee in this household. So yeah, that's that shelf done. Now we have a bit of a shift in style, I want to say. This is a DC Core PVC statue. This is the Joker, and this is the white suit variant. It was a limited edition variant of purple suit version of this figure. And we also have the DC Core PVC statue of Batman. This is in the regular coloring. The next figures down here are by Schleich, the ones that also do like a bunch of animal figures, but they also made this Batman and Joker as well as this Superman and Lex Luthor. Moving on down here, we have another Funko Pop. This one is the Bombshell Joker. This one is the Valentine's Day edition that was sold at Hot Topic, I believe. I imported it, and I also painted some hard eyes into his pupils, and I think that just looks so much better already. Why do they all look so void in their eyes? Then I have a bunch of different Lego figures, a Harley, Joker, Mr. Freeze, Superman, a Robin, a Batman, a Brickhead's Joker, and I also have the Joker car with another Harley in it, and a Batgirl, 2 more Jokers, and of course another Batman. Editing Jay here. Of course, I forgot to film an outro, but once again reminding you all that you can use the promo code Apollo10 for 10% off your purchase at Kika Goods. Please, please, please help me out and use it. That might actually get me sponsored. That would be so cool and would help me out a ton with making videos like this and more unboxings and stuff like that, and more toy reviews. I really want to do a lot of BTD reviews, like of the tiny blind box BTDs. That's gonna be so much fun. It's super easy. You just go to the discount code and put in Apollo10, and look at that. When you click apply, you suddenly have a super awesome discount. It's that easy. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you all next time. Bye bye. Mwah.